Hello, YouTube audience. It's YouTube Dave here from Indianapolis. Beautiful day, once again, summer of 2015 here in Indianapolis. Today I'm going to show you how I fixed my son's yellowing, fogged up headlights on his 2000 Buick Park Avenue. You can see the problem we have. They're getting very opaque and yellow, and I haven't done this one yet. I'm going to do that one and show you how I do it. I just finished this one over here. You can see how clear it came out. Came out real nice. I just did this the last 30 minutes, so it looks great. It's really hot today, so the paint dried quick. Paint is the key, and I'll get to that. These are the items that you're going to need. I started with 400 grit wet and dry sandpaper. Then I moved up to 800 grit sandpaper. And this is just wet and dry sandpaper that I bought at the local AutoZone. Use it for finishing cars. And then the final grit of sandpaper we're going to use is 2500 grit sandpaper. It's pretty smooth. You'll also need some tape, a plastic bag. We use that to protect the hood of the car. When we do the final touch is this clear coat gloss paint I bought at, I believe I bought this at Menards here in Indianapolis. I may have bought it at Lowe's, I'm not sure. But just get a clear coat and make sure that it says it's UV resistant right down here in the bottom. That's very important that you get UV resistant so that it doesn't turn yellow again in the future. So that's all we need, and now we'll get started. Alright, first we're going to, like I said, start with the 400 grit. Get the headlight wet, and we'll get the sandpaper wet. Now, you just want to be careful when you sand it that you don't sand any of the finish on the car or the rubber around the headlight. Just concentrate on the plastic, and it's pretty easy. Just, you know, I do a circular motion, and I do back and forth. There was a real bad spot down here, so I'm going to concentrate on that with the 400 grit. You can already see this yellow film coming off the headlight. Just get most of the work here is done with the 400 grit, getting all that crud off there. Starts to dry. It's a real hot day today, so it's drying kind of quick. Keep it wet. Keep sanding away. I got most of the heavy grit off there with this 400 sandpaper. I'm going to move to the 800. Same thing. Make sure it's nice and wet. Now we're going to be smoothing out those scratches we made with the 400. We're just smoothing those out. All right. I just finished up with the 800. Now I'm moving on to the 2500 grit. This will really make it smooth and get most of the scratches out. So the clear coat paint will look really nice on there. And after you get done sanding it, it's gonna look really foggy and scratched up when this water dries. But that's where the clear coat paint comes in. Then it really pops after you spray that on there. So don't get scared or concerned that it still looks bad after you sand it, because the paint makes all the difference. I'm only spending about 2 or 3 minutes with each grit of sandpaper, so it's not a tremendous amount of time. All right. Now I'm going to rinse it off real good with this water. Again, if you have a hose, you can just use a hose, but get all that dust off there. And another item you need is a paper towel, which I didn't bring out here, so I'm going to stop the camera and go get my paper towels. Alright, I'm just drying off the car. The sun is going to dry it off in a few minutes anyways, but I'm drying it off and wiping all the any remaining film off the glass. But I'm wiping the edges because I'm about to put some tape on here, and I'll show you. I want to have a clean surface for the tape to adhere to. So as you can see, it still looks a little hazy, but after I put the clear coat on there, it'll really pop. Now the next step is we're gonna cover the car so that we don't get overspray on it. So what I do is I line line the edge of the car with just this blue painter's tape. And I actually, you know what? I'm gonna go over this rubber. I forgot about that. I'm gonna protect that rubber seal also. So go a little low, protect that rubber seal, and just paint on the car like this, or tape onto the car. What I'm doing is I'm making a wider surface for the plastic bag to stick onto, as well as getting a nice tight seal right along the plastic headlight. All right, now that we've got a good tape outline, take a plastic bag, open it up, see if you can rip the bottom open right along the seam. There you go. Might not need those scissors at all. Now I got a big sheet of plastic. I mean, you can really use anything. I just have this plastic bag laying around the garage. You just want to make a big protection area. Now I'm just tacking it on the car up here to keep it out of the way. I think you can see what we're going to do then. We're going to cut out the middle and expose the headlight. Alright, got that all taped up. Now all we do is cut out where the headlight is, and I just start with one little cut here, right in the middle, and use my hands from there. Exposing our headlight. And now, of course, we tape this up to the large buffer we made earlier with the tape underneath. You can see how we're making a seal here. All right, I got it all taped off there, as you can see. It's not real pretty, but it's just going to keep the overspray of this clear paint from getting on the hood of the car. If you got a really old car and you don't care about it, it's not gonna show. It'll just make the paint a little rough feeling. But this is still a relatively nice Buick Park Avenue, so I thought I'd protect it a little bit. Now the important thing with spraying it, you just want keep the distance. We're gonna put about 3 or 4 coats on here, so you don't have to overdo it. You don't want it to run. You just want a nice light coat. Just keep it moving. Do a little bit on the side. Let that dry. Like I said, it's a nice hot day today. It's about 80 degrees, I think, so this is going to dry in just 5 or 10 minutes tops. And I'll do another coat. You can see already it's a lot shinier than it was just a minute ago. So do this about 4 or 5 times. If you really want to be good, you can maybe do a 2500 grit in between coats. Sand it smooth, rinse it off, dry it off real good, and then continue with the paint. But I didn't feel it necessary to do that. It came out fine without. I didn't sand that one over there, so I'm not going to worry about sanding in between coats on this one. So we'll put a couple more coats on, and then we'll take the plastic off. Alright, I just put my 4th coat on there. Looks pretty good. Now all you got to do is remove the plastic and tape, and you're good to go. Okay, I removed all the tape and plastic, and it looks spectacular if I don't say so myself. Should get a lot more visibility out of that headlight. Thanks for watching.